Hey everybody, it's Thursday, which means it's another episode of Naturally Unbothered. I am Shari.
I'm Ebony.
And we have a guest today. We have Dick on the show. And Dick's name is BJ.
Oh, BJ.
Ooh. Yes.
Yes, I love me some BJs.
Do you like this? You do too?
Yes, it's my favorite thing to receive. Absolutely.
And I love to GIVE.
Yeah, that's serious. I like that level of enthusiasm.
Yes. Okay, so BJ, what are you drinking?
I am drinking something fantastic. I'm drinking sipping cream, and this is banana pudding. It's fantastic. It's absolutely amazing.
What is it?
It's alcohol. It's I see that face you're making. That's the face I made the first time somebody offered it to me. Yes, it's basically moonshine, but it's a little creamy, but it's very, very good. It's
like excellent. Creamy stuff.
See, now you're playing. I guess it depends what creamy stuff we're talking about.
Okay.
We talking about a woman's open legs, we good.
Okay. That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. You like that
I too like creamy stuff.
Yes.
Me too. I like creamy stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
From both legs though, from a male's legs and a woman's legs.
You versatile.
Yes, I like the cream. All right.
Too.
So tell me about those teeth.
What do you mean? It's how I was born.
Gosh, I would just lick all over those teeth. I love teeth. Yummy.
That is her fetish. She loves teeth. Yeah. He said, let's do
it. Yes.
I'm coming to Houston soon.
I'm coming to Houston soon. She's in Alabama. I'm in Houston.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, when
all the women in different directions.
When you coming to Houston?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to come this month in May.
Okay, cool.
I think I'm gonna try to come in more ways than one in Houston.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, me too. Oh. Let me know your dates. Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. No. Or whatever they said.
Or whatever they said.
Or whatever.
So let's get into this. We got so much foolishness and mayhem that has been going on. We're going to start out with a shameworthy topic. We're going to talk about this 41-year-old Houston woman.
Well, okay.
I mean, we're talking about Houston. We might as well talk about this 41-year-old babysitter who allegedly sexually abused a 13-year-old boy while her son slept in the bed right next to them.
Jesus.
That is crazy.
So this woman, her name is Charlene Carnegie, and she was babysitting the boy, basically took him back in the room where her 14-year-old son was, and told him to be quiet while she performed on him. She told him to shut up and take it like a man.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
absolutely crazy.
Nuts.
The second time he said he reportedly held her down. She held him down and he told her to stop. And she told him that she would cut his dick off if he told anybody.
Wow.
Wow. That is crazy. Now, I wonder if she had been raping her son like this.
See?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely not the first time.
It's definitely is not. Especially shut up and take it like a man.
Right.
That makes me think of two things. Number one is that, I was having this conversation with somebody maybe a month ago, is that I think a lot of us are programmed to think that all predators are men. And there are a lot of women who are predators. If you do a Google image search for school teachers who've been arrested or accused of molestation or rape or, whatever, like the number of female mugshots is just endless. you know, and I think the
Right.
other part of it is that, you know, I grew up in a time where, you know, a boy would have considered himself lucky, but the reality is that, like, he's a straight up child. He's like a
Right.
straight up child, you know.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
there
I
could
know
have been a
plenty of
moment where
men.
he thought, oh shit,
Yeah.
something I've seen is about to happen and this is going to be cool. It doesn't take long for you to realize when you're in a situation that you're not prepared for.
Yeah,
Right.
I know quite a few males who lost their virginity or had first sexual encounter experiences to their older babysitter women.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Even being in, you know, being in high school and trying to date, you know, some women when I was in high school, lying about my age. And then in college, dating women that were significantly older than me. Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's a lot.
It
It's a lot.
is.
Yeah, it
So
seems like it's gonna be cool, but it's not.
We
when
do need to
the,
dedicate a show.
it's definitely to that, because we
Mhm.
always talk about women and getting molested and being taken advantage of and things like that. And we, you know, we every once in a while we kind of graze over the topic about men. But yeah, it happens to men too, you know, and it's super
Yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah, yeah. It's
And
a lot of guys out there that have
it
been
causes them to
right.
hate women. And that's why I'm not gonna say a lot of men, but a lot of men that are affected in that way, have been affected in that way. They do take their anger out on women that they date and interact with
Yeah,
and encounter.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
That's real. That's
Yep.
real.
So when the son finally told his father about it, his dad didn't first believe him. He was just like, "What?" But then he said the son was so detailed. He was like, something had to really have happened. And
Right.
yeah, so we are shaming her. Her
Absolutely.
name is Charlene Carnegie. And what y'all think she looked like?
She's a highfalutin
So I got a
woman.
theory. So here's the thing. So, you know, I just mentioned this whole thing about school teachers. Matter of fact, a school teacher just got arrested, I think last week or the week before last, for raping a kid that she was a teacher to. And they're always really pretty, which is weird.
And
They're
young.
always pretty, they're always put together, they're always young, they always look like they could get pretty much anybody they want. But
Right.
what we know about rape is that rape isn't really about appearance, it's really about control, right?
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, we went down the rabbit hole on women and the teachers and stuff. I think maybe week before last there was a mayor's daughter. No, it was like last week. It was like the mayor's daughter and the sheriff's wife
Yeah.
she had molested someone. We talked about that last week on the show. So I mean,
Crazy.
yeah, and they're all, you know, I've not seen even the Asian lady that we talked about. You know, I've not seen most of them are pretty decent women, look like they can get a man of their age.
Right. And a lot of times they're married with
Yeah.
significant others or boyfriends. But we definitely know that this lady who has done this is, and so I mean that's just what I'm sticking with. So
BJ, what you think? What is her race?
You know, it's hard to say these days. I
Her
mean, my
name is
first inclination. Well,
Charlene
yeah, then she black.
Carnegie.
horny
That
gay.
first name though, she black. That sounds like an old black lady name.
I mean, she could be from New Orleans because that's Charney gay. Kind of gives you that French.
Oh my God.
Oh, she did not. Wait a minute. Now she does not look like the person that we just described.
Hard pass.
She's also not a teacher. We were talking about teachers. She's not a teacher.
That is right. Oh,
she is
my
a
God.
criminal. She already was on probation for another crime. So
oh yeah. I would have told immediately.
Yeah.
Oh my
terrible.
God.
That's absolutely terrible.
That is Oh,
Yeah, that's
wow.
fucking up my high.
That is awful.
Jesus Christ.
That is not right. Oh my God.
I mean, she's got some other pictures where she don't look so bad.
I mean, no. And when I say I mean no, I mean
Correct.
It ain't what it
It's
is.
still yes.
It's still okay.
It's still a
It's still a hell to the
Well, we are shaming her. Shame on you, Charlene Cornegay. You are a despicable, nasty, piece
Terrible.
of shit.
Yeah, she's
Yes,
a
terrible,
parasite.
And I
terrible,
hope that
terrible.
while you're in jail, the women tell you to take it like a man.
Man, that'd be good.
You know, they
right?
don't give women hot dogs and carrots or nothing like that. They cut that shit up before they give it to women. They don't, there's no time to play by.
Someone will find something to shove up her ass. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
They will. They still have mops and
Watch an
brooms.
episode of 60 Days In. They got stuff they can hurt each other with for sure.
Oh yeah, I do be watching. I like 60 Days In. But yes, you are right. You are right.
Yes. So guys, what is vaginal splinting?
Ooh, vaginal.
Vaginal splinting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
So
know.
I know I have shin splints. So
You have to take a guess at something.
Vaginal splinting is, I can only assume it's some type of tissue tear.
Okay.
Ooh, he using
I mean,
some
it
rough
can't be
tissue.
nothing good.
He using that brown paper tissue. That's awful.
That's terrible.
Vaginal splinting. I'm gonna say vaginal splinting is when you come out of where you come and also out of somewhere else. It's like a dual coming place.
Okay.
Okay. So like a vaginal and an anal come at the same time.
I would say, like, you know, when the hose has a leak, like it'll come out of the actual hose and then some squirts out of somewhere else.
That sounds exciting.
Okay. All right.
That might be dope. Who knows?
That
Bitch,
might
said,
be
I'm here
dope.
for it.
What if it's shit?
That's terrible.
Ooh. Oh wait, splinting.
Hard pass.
Splinting.
Absolute hard pass.
All right, so let me tell y'all what vaginal splinting is. Vaginal splinting is when you stick your finger into your vagina and you push on the wall that separates the vagina and the rectum, or the perineum. If you push it and massage it, it helps so you can have a bowel movement.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yes. So 30% of women use this technique to help them have bowel movements. So women, if you're ever constipated or that poop is just stuck, just take your hand in your vagina, your thumb preferably, and press towards the back and massage it, and it'll loosen it up so that you can poop.
Or tell your partner to do it. Y'all can have some fun, and then afterwards you can
See, not that part.
Or that too.
You know, teamwork makes the dreams work, right?
What you say?
I said teamwork makes the dreams work.
Y'all can't talk at the same time because y'all did it twice.
You first.
I'm sorry, I thought you were talking to me. I said BJ is a good time.
Oh, BJ is a good time. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm attentive.
Okay.
I'm all about the ladies. Whatever makes them happy, whatever helps them, whatever it is. Whether it's in bed or out of bed, whatever it takes. I'm all about that.
Okay.
That exactly.
Whatever.
Yes. That right there. Yes.
Okay. So BJ, if you don't mind me asking, are you married? What is your relationship status?
I'm polyamorous. I have a girlfriend. She's married. And you know, I'm testing the waters with a few other folks. Okay. I think when we first met by text message, I think I had just started poly. That'd have been was a while ago. I think it was almost 8 months ago. And I think at that point, I probably was seeing 4 women.
4 women.
Yeah.
And trying to sucker fish my friend.
What you mean? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's different.
So now, BJ, do you just have that one? Are you just in that one poly thing right now? So are you a brother?
Yeah, I had 3 girlfriends up until about a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I broke up with 2 of them recently. Yeah.
Okay, so you're a brother husband? Are you a brother husband right now?
I don't use any of that terminology. I don't use
Okay.
any of that brother, husband, sister, none of that. I don't use any of that terminology. You know,
Okay.
I got partners, and you know, so for me, most of my relationships are emotionally based. So a partner
Okay.
will eventually become a girlfriend, right? But yeah, I don't use any of the terms that can be confused with polygamy.
Oh, word.
I don't use any of the terms that are confused with that, because I'm not saying I'm against polygamy, but I'm against the idea of women not being able to retain their autonomy, and situations where men get to enjoy everything and women, like, their lives revolved around, you know, his preferences. I'm not G for none of that. So yeah.
Okay.
That's
So yeah,
excellent.
I try to avoid any terms that will make people think that that's something that I'm into.
That is probably the best description I've heard from a male that has been in the polyamorous lifestyle that has been on our show. I think it's
Correct.
the most fair and PC answers there.
But I will say that is because most of the polyamorous men that we've had on the show have the one dick policy in the relationship.
Yeah.
So she's okay to date women, but she better not date a man.
Yeah. Everybody that I've dated since I've been polyamorous has had other partners. You know, male partners and female partners. Male partners and female partners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I think that's awesome. I mean, so a little backstory. Brandon sent me a message and just basically was asking me all about polyamory. And we had conversations. I explained some things to him, gave him some different terminology, some things to think about, and a little guidance so he could navigate his path better, because he was juggling a lot in the beginning. Most people that are polyamorous, they will come into the polyamorous relationship and they'll just kind of stick their pinky toe in. Brandon did not. Brandon dove all the way in and just gobbled up all the females that were attracted to him, and he was able to make a connection with. So
Brandon said, "I'm outside."
I'm outside.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, but you know, a big part of that was that. So I can tell you the kind of the beginning of all this. So I was married. I got divorced, and you've heard part of the story. I was monogamous, and keep in mind, I've never cheated on a woman, not a girlfriend, not my ex-wife, never. I was hardcore monogamous, and I started dating, and the big problem was that every woman that I met wanted to either move in or get married within 1 to 2 months of being together, and it was too much. No, hard pass. And I had broke up with somebody, and it was kind of a bad breakup. And I went on a date with this woman, and she had poly in her profile, and I kind of knew, but I really didn't know. So we were on the date, and we were kicking it, and she was flirting and all this good stuff. And maybe 15 minutes into it, she was like, "So you saw my profile said poly. Do you really understand what that means?" And I was like, "Well, just tell me." And she was she was, for all intents and purposes, she was married. She had a common law husband she had been with for over 10 years. And we just rapped about it, and the light went off. And she very much encouraged me to see other people outside of her, so that because I was, fresh out of monogamy, that I wouldn't completely attach myself to her and essentially find myself feeling like, well, shit, there's a bunch of days where I can't even be with you, right?
Right.
Go out, spend some time with somebody. And, it's been cool. I think in the beginning, it was a little bit like, it was a little bit like, holy shit, I can have sex with multiple women and not catch any static for it, But then, I kind of reverted back to who I am as a person and really wanting, relationships. So I think I've had a couple of one night stands. That's 8 months, but.
I told you this would happen though. I said, you're going to get in there, you're going to do it. And then once you get your feet together,
I still have 3 girlfriends. If these other 2 women didn't get weird on me, if they hadn't got weird on me, I'd still be with them too. I had schedules worked out. Everything was copacetic, but one of them started spending too much time comparing herself to another. When we were out and about, we were on a date and ran into the woman that I'm still with, her and her husband, and that was the first time she had ever met one of her metamors before, right? So she pretended like
explain what a metamor is.
So if I have a partner, the person that I'm dating, if they're in a relationship with somebody else, that's my metamor, right? So that's how I would describe my relationship if I want a relationship with that other person, right? Okay. And over the course of a few months, she just couldn't handle it. And the other one was just on some other stuff. She picked the wrong day to play with me. So she called me a side piece one day, and I'm nobody's side piece. If you want to be friends with benefits, we can be that. If you want something else.
But you guys were in a relationship, so
yeah, we had been together for close to 6 months. And I think there was a day where I hadn't texted her. Maybe it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I had just gotten off a client call and I was in a bad mood. And she was like, do I need to start interviewing new side pieces? And I was like, I'm nobody's side piece. So if that's what you think after 6 months, then absolutely, you should do that. And I blocked her immediately on everything.
He said nobody's going to put baby in a corner.
Hell no. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Not today.
No.
Not today.
No, if we cuddle after sex, I ain't no side piece.
Okay.
Well, hey, there it is, ladies. Y'all know the rules. Y'all know the rules.
Yeah,
so,
with me, that's for sure.
Earlier we were talking about BJs.
Mm-hmm.
BJ and BJs.
So
you guys know that there are several articles going around. I think the New York Post just put out one about how oral sex is now causing cancer.
Man, it's a risk we have to take.
But we already knew that because of Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones many, many years ago.
But how is that possible? How does a blowjob cause cancer?
It's the enzymes.
The enzymes?
I mean, I don't know.
don't do that. Don't say it authoritatively.
It's basically because of the transmission of HPV.
Got you.
Right.
Got you.
That is the reason why it is now causing like a oral cancer.
That's crazy. Especially since they now say that at some point they expect in the future that almost every adult would end up with HPV. I saw some kind of statistic about the number of Americans that have it now.
Most people get HPV and they don't even know that they have it.
Right, because you get it young, right? Like early. Yeah, you can't test them.
Right.
You can't test men. Men can't be tested for HPV.
Yeah, that's why they're
Or
now
they can just be
recommending.
treated for it.
I think that
Correct.
adolescents get the shot at, I believe, age 9 or 10 or something like that. I don't
9.
know, but my
Well, I
kids,
thought it was between
my
11 and
kids have had
14.
the shot, and me and my partner had this discussion, and he did not really like that at all. But all my children have had the HPV vaccination, and so I mean, it's just. I mean, we know that a lot of these medications aren't the best thing, for our children and things like that. But as parents, when you read a lot, you hear a lot, you research some things, there's some things that you do want to try to prevent your children from having. And, times have changed. Back in our day, if we sucked a dick, our mouth will fall off. We would just instantly die. Like, there was just so many things that, you wasn't sucking dick. Now, that is what teenagers and adolescents are doing in spite of having sex. They're holding on to their virginities and sucking dicks.
Yes.
And eating pussy.
Quite
I prefer they do that. Yeah.
Really?
Hey, you know what? I'm about to ask y'all something.
No, he said he prefers them do that. And
I prefer
said,
them have
really?
oral sex to penetrative sex. Yeah. I mean, if they're minors. I mean, if they're going to do something, I'd rather they have oral sex. Sure.
You can go through a lot more dicks in your mouth than I guess you can in your vagina. I will not want that reputation.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Awful.
Back in our day,
you can't get pregnant from oral sex.
You cannot get pregnant from oral sex. But back in our day, that's why I said your whole mouth will fall off. Like all kinds of things bad would happen to you. You walk outside and get struck by lightning if you suck dick. Back in our day.
Listen, it's nothing like chlamydia in the throat. Allegedly, I ain't never had it, but I'm saying, I'm sure. Ugh. That's exactly why I don't drink after nobody. Nobody.
Can I tell you the number of people in the last 10 years, including complete strangers, who have offered me drinks out of their glass?
From their drink?
Yes. Hey, look, I went to go buy a vape the other day, and I asked a woman that she had a vape in her hand. I asked her, did she like the flavor? And she said, oh, it's really great. Would you like to try it? And she tried to hand me her vape. I said, no, babe, no.
Absolutely. First off, we're in a pandemic. Okay.
Are we? Are we?
We are. We are. No conspiracy theories today. We are in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah, I still live my life as if my groceries are still being delivered. Okay. So
your groceries just started getting delivered, bitch. You was a motherfucker. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm like, bitch, go get your shit delivered.
It's been about a year. It took me a while because I was like, I don't want people's hands all over my groceries. But I'm over that shit now, okay?
By the way, I just want to take a sidebar and thank the both of you for showing up on the show. I figure this show I can say things on this show that I wouldn't normally say. I want to say that I appreciate you both showing up with a little bit of cleavage for me. I'm enjoying it.
I ain't got that.
If y'all both do that, then I'm really gonna be in heaven. If y'all, oh shit!
Juggle.
Yeah, but we do what we can. It's Guest Appreciation Day.
It is. Is it Thursday? It absolutely is Guest Appreciation Day.
It's Guest Appreciation.
Hey, look, I got a question for the both of y'all.
Okay.
This is how you know my gummy is kicking in.
I do.
When did Black women decide to openly admit that they enjoy giving oral sex? Like, do we got a time period? Is this like mid-90s, early 2000s? It feels like there's a collective, like, yeah, we willing to admit that. But it seems like it wasn't like that growing up. Like, people used to try to pretend like they didn't like doing that.
Okay, so
let me
speak for the both of us.
Stop. You don't like doing what?
Last year.
You don't like doing what?
Allegedly,
Huh?
allegedly, Shari just started sucking dick last year.
Oh,
That
come
is
on.
a lie. Shari
Come on.
only used to suck the dick of the men that she was married to.
Uh-huh. And
That
you never
was
enjoyed
it.
it.
Nobody else ever, no one else was getting their dick sucked, no matter how many people I dated. I was not putting their dicks in my mouth if you were not my husband. But 2 years ago, I decided to start sucking dick.
Liberate the mouth.
I still don't like it. I don't know why women do. However,
Oh, come on.
however, my partner loves it. So therefore, because I want him to be just as happy as he be pleasing me, I want to please him. I'll be sucking dick. And I don't suck dick when he asks me to suck the dick either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just go suck the dick. We watching the show, suck the dick. We in the car, suck the dick. I just randomly suck the dick. So it would probably appear that I like sucking dick, but he knows that I really don't like it. So he appreciates the concern, the time, the everything. I put a lot into sucking his dick. He don't just get a regular blowjob. Like, I be doing what I'm supposed to do, but I really, really can't fucking stand sucking dick. But I eat the hell out of a pussy.
That makes me sad. Having said that, I'm glad that you do it enthusiastically. So at least it feels like
you will never. And the ladies asked my ex-husband, is it because she's terrible? And he was like, she's absolutely not. I just don't like to do it.
I don't think he said she's absolutely not, but he did say that was not true. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like she absolutely not. He didn't say that, but he did say, Ebony, he was like, she ain't bad at it,
So Ebony, what's your take on sucking dick, Ebony?
Either, bitch. You whatever. I'm gonna try to find the snippet and
find the snippet and post it. Yeah, find the snippet 200 shows ago. Anyway, as I was saying, I do enjoy sucking dick, but recently, probably 2 years ago, I was outed. And I was told that I'm not good at it. And so I'm just like, whatever.
I mean, that's one person's opinion, right?
Exactly. Well, I don't know how many. And I mean, you got to consider the source too, because somebody else told somebody. And I don't even know whose dick it was that I had sucked that told her that I was bad at it. It could have been when I was on video. Oh, it was that person? I was floppy drunk.
It was on video, girl. There's a video of you sucking that dick horribly.
I was a bottle of Jose Cuervo in. And I would have sucked his goddamn whole foot if I didn't know what I was doing. Ain't no telling.
By the way, that brings up a good point, which is that I don't really like to have sex when I'm drunk. I mean, I'll do it, but I don't really like it. It's not really my thing. Drunk sex is not the business.
Everything.
I need to be able to like keep my balance and get my leverage going and all that stuff. And I don't want my head spinning. I'm good.
Tipsy drunk, cool. Sloppy drunk, like I was. Like I think I remember drooling. Like I was out of it. So
that was good if you was giving blowjobs. You need
I was all over the place. Over the place.
We like it messy. We like it messy.
I mean,
not everybody likes it messy.
It was my sister's ex-fiance. Give me a break.
Someone told me that.
That's whack.
That it was
sometimes they want it messy, but most of they don't.
That's whack.
That's whack.
That's a goddamn lie.
I think it's a difference in sloppy and a hot damn
I'm gonna go ahead and rebuke them.
All right. Can we get some say my name, say my name?
What's that?
And we shall. So Say My Name is a segment where Ebonites, for my cult following, writes into me.
Crazy people following.
They write into me and they solicit my unadulterated, awesome advice.
Horrible advice. Her advice is trash. She has recommended that people do all kinds of things to themselves and other people that is not favorable.
Let's see.
Exactly. Let's see. On to the races. Okay. So this caller, this person, this Ebonite. Hello, y'all. I feel like we are friends, so please call me by my name. Tina. Hey, girl. Hey, Tina.
Hey, Tina.
I'm 53 and dating. About a week ago, the man I'm dating asked me to meet his children, high school age. So we go to dinner. I meet the kids. I'm like, I know these kids from somewhere. Y'all, turns out the guy's wife is dating my brother. Oh, Jesus. Hold on now. What?
Wait a minute. We got some Jerry.
Right, I'm not. Oh.
Hold on. So a woman wrote you.
Wait. Let her finish it.
Yeah. Turns out the guy is turns out the wife is dating my brother. So let me just say that Rufus, first off, I didn't even know that he was married. Secondly, now his wife is dating my brother. I have not said anything to my brother. I have not said anything to him that I know that he's married. We planned a trip to Turks at the late May. Should I still go on the trip? Should I tell my brother? Should I let Rufus know I know? Or should I just move in silence?
Oh, I can't wait to answer. Oh, go ahead.
You know what they call that, right? That's called accidental polyamory.
You're the guest. You go first. I can't wait to go.
Oh, I get to tell you. I get to tell them what they need to do.
Yes, you have to give them your advice.
So that's jokingly accidental polyamory. By the way, that's not polyamory because polyamory is basic consent, right?
Right.
But
it's based on transparency. It ain't nothing transparent about that shit.
Right. You absolutely have to tell your brother that he's dating a married woman, because that may be something that repulses him. You know, when I was in my 20s, I was just telling the story the day when I was in my 20s, I took a phone call at work and a woman's voice sounded nice. We talked, I gave her my number. We talked a few more times, met.
That's how it was back in the day. And you'd be like,
on a landline, met at a restaurant. And that's when she told me she was married. I was mad as hell. So that's number one. Number two, she definitely needs to tell Rufus, because Rufus is trying to play her. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Like he needs to know he didn't get over. You know, it could be that the two of them have an open relationship and they're both dishonest people and they don't tell people that they're dating.
Right.
What's up? You know what I'm saying?
So my advice is, bitch, go to Turks and motherfucking Caicos. That is my very favorite island. Bitch, go to Turks and Caicos. So I'm going to say your vacation is going to be a week long. So be there about day 3. About day 3, when everybody is getting around and hanging out and doing whatever, bitch, tell your brother about this bitch, and then tell your dude, and then drop the mic and walk off into the ocean with your with your pineapple drink. And then the rest of the time they're all fighting or whatever, and you still got 3 days to just chill by your motherfucking self, because you really just want to go on the trip by yourself. So go to Turks and Caicos, bitch.
Shiesty.
Throw both of their advice in the trash. BJ don't know what the hell he talking about. Shari don't know what the fuck she talking about. I'm about to give you the real spiel. Bitch, the one thing that I do agree with Shari is going to Turks. Get your vacation on. Get your vacation on. Enjoy the whole damn vacation. Don't say shit to nobody about what you know. Bitch, move in silence. Like, move in silence. Enjoy your trip. Get all the frills and thrills that you can while you're on the trip. When you get back from the trip, plan a dinner with your brother and the wife, with his girlfriend. Y'all have a double date dinner.
They just want to look.
They're not going on the trip together. This was a trip for them two. Not all of them on the trip.
Oh, well, the way it read was like they was all about to go on the trip.
Oh, well, I'm assuming it's between her and the guy. She said she still go on the trip. If everybody gonna be there, what difference do it make? If she knows she would, I don't think she would.
Day 3, tell everybody.
Now let's just
Angela.
say, let's
Ebony
just say
saying, "Come homes, find out when
Yes.
your brother gonna be going on the date."
Yes, let's just say everybody's not going on the trip. It's just between Tina and Rufus. Tina and Rufus going on to Turks. When Tina and Rufus get back from Turks, Tina plan a double date. Your brother, his girlfriend, your boyfriend, which is the wife. Y'all plan to meet at somewhere nice, honey. Y'all meet, film it, send it to us so we can play What Goes the Hell Down. I need all of the tea, girl.
That actually is kind of dope. That's kind of dope.
I like my scenario better.
Why are you just walking away in the sunset? I need some resolution. You
Even though
away,
Ebony, your suggestion might end up with everybody going to jail, but it does sound dope.
I'm here for it. I need the shits and shenanigans. I need all of that. Absolutely. Somebody needs to go to jail. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the Mater D to the Captain D's. I don't give a damn. Somebody needs to take action. Girl, the ball is
somebody got to go to jail though, not jail.
You need to milk this as long as you can milk it, honey. I would get all you can get. Plan that dinner when you're ready. On his birthday. Oh, girl, yes, I can spice it. Plan the date on his dinner, on his birthday. Y'all go on his birthday. Y'all go. Y'all have a great time. You take him. Y'all go. Surprise. Surprise. I'm getting a divorce. What? Listen, somebody's gonna be getting a divorce, okay? I need and film it so we can see because I need to know what happens. Write us back and let us know. This is just the beginning of May. I need to see the pictures from the trip. I need to see what if Rufus looks like Rufus. I know that's just his pretend name because Rufus wasn't close. So we're just gonna call him Rufus. That's probably not his name. I'm sure that's not his name for real. But we need to see, and I need to be able to get all of the tea because the tea is hot, honey. I need to see.
Yeah, that's craziness. That's absolute craziness.
That is hilarious.
That is hellacious. I am here for it. That is juicy. Look, Tina. Oh, girl, I wish you all the best. Please enjoy your trip. Just enjoy your trip,
bitch.
Enjoy your trip.
Hey, listen.
And don't be walking into no sunset. Your name is not motherfucking Angela Bassett with her overacting ass. Do not do that. You just go enjoy your whole trip. Get your Oscar, get something she didn't, get that Academy Award for the best acting until you get back. And then reveal everything. Like a telenova, telenovela, or whatever they call it.
All craziness.
That's all craziness.
Yeah, but it does sound interesting. It definitely sounds interesting.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one. Boy, I tell you, in 2023, y'all have been bringing the Say My Names. I'm telling y'all, every week these stories get crazier and fucking crazier.
Ebonites.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
I love my Ebonites. My Ebonites are devoted. I'm gonna, you know how the Trekkies have the little hand sign? I'm gonna think of a hand sign that I can throw up. And so that they can throw up when we see each other, like, something like this. Bang, bang, blah, blah, blah.
That's a gun or something. No.
Yeah.
Ebony, while you were saying that, you know what I was thinking of? The scene in Ron Burgundy. That too. I've been looking at your titties the whole time. The scene where Ron Burgundy is like, he's at the pool, he got like the robe on, he turned to the lady, he's like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a big deal. I have a house full of leather-bound books. My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Oh my God.
That's what being Ebony is like.
Burgundy.
Ebonites.
Exactly. One of the best movies ever. That's one of my faves. But yes, let's come on, please, Tina. My life is filled with, great happiness and joy, but nothing makes me happier than shenanigans.
Man, that's shenanigans times two.
Yeah. Somebody said, if you bring shenan, they will shenan again. And so
and again, and again, and that situation is going to just,
it's going to keep
bring
on
the
giving. It's going to keep on giving. I need the wife side. I need to know if they cheat on each
They
other.
obviously
Or they
both know
open
that they're cheating on each
relationship.
other.
Or do they have
When
an
two
open
people are cheating at the
relationship?
same time, they both probably know.
They both probably know.
You think
Maybe so?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
No, I don't
And they've been
know.
dating long enough to go on trips, honey, unless you really don't have to know somebody that long to go and take them on a trip.
I'm surprised our mutual friend, I'm surprised you didn't have anything to say about that. Our mutual friend hasn't told you about me and trips.
Oh, you can say her name. She's the founder of Naturally Unbothered. Our listeners know who Susanna is.
Oh, do they really?
Yes,
And
she is a founder of Naturally Unbothered.
Susanna told me that one of my issues when I was monogamous with all these women falling over me. So if I like a woman, I just do whatever I want to do, right? So like if I want to go out of town, well, I don't mean it in that way, but I mean like I might meet a woman and be with her for, I don't know, I met a woman, we ended up dating for close to 6 months. Well, really straight up 6 months. We probably knew each other like 2.5 weeks. And I had a trip planned and I was like, hey, you should come with me. You know, she said that's my problem is that I take women on too many trips if I don't want to actually be with them. That women fall in love with men that take them on trips.
Listen,
before you say anything,
you a pimp. So we gonna listen to Ebony first because I know you have a different take on this. I didn't heard about you.
Oh, listen,
I didn't heard about you. Let me say something. There ain't no trips for you.
Let me say something about her being a pimp. She been pimping all her life. I've known this bitch 35 years. And she pimped me out in high school. So I already know. Don't say you didn't. Bitch, don't say you didn't. And we'll get back to that later. But secondly, I
got a question.
Hold on,
y'all been intimate together before?
Never.
No, that's my sister.
No, that's my sister.
I just want to know. Okay.
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Oh God. No. Listen. I need credit on my anchoring skills, the way I just lobbed you my basketball skills, the way I just threw you that, what's it called, that assist that I made going in so that he could tell us about his trip that he took Savannah on and how I just threw that in there, people taking on trips and nobody caught the wiser of that. And he just fell into my trap. And he just fell into the web and was like, oh, since we're talking about what I do to take people on trips, tell us more. I want to know. Thank you for falling for the web.
Susanna has been coaching me to do less spoiling, which is good.
Yeah, because that last girlfriend, I was ready to drive to your home state and beat the shit out of you with your own hand.
Yeah, some of these ladies, they just, so I have a theory. This is my theory, which is that some women have had the misfortune of not being with a guy who actually means what he says. Like if I say I care about you, I love you, I care about you, I love you. If I say I got your best interest at heart, I really mean it. And they get with somebody who's not trying to use them, or take advantage of them, and they just lose their mind. And for some, they fall back into that thing that they do with guys that they have to play games with. And they try to maneuver and get shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? And, it is what it is. But I am wiser. I think the big thing for me was, I always say I don't have a type, but I do kind of have a type. I like women that are accomplished, that got shit going on in their lives. I think beyond that, I don't mean this in a misogynistic way, but I like women. I need to be with a woman that's a little bit more submissive, and quite frankly, a woman who has less trauma, who hasn't gone through a whole bunch of shenanigans with other dudes, because I think people bring that stuff into the next relationship. You do something nice for them. They're not used to somebody doing something nice for them, or you do something nice for them, and their opinion is that when we playing the game now. So my job is to see what else I can get. So, just staying away from those type of women.
Do you have a preference of race?
Well, that means we can't date.
As I heard, I don't have a preference. I didn't start dating outside of my race till after I got divorced. And it was really out of necessity because a lot of Black women don't want to date men who are separated. So I wasn't going to be alone. It was the middle of COVID. I knew it was going to take forever to get my divorce through. I mean, I had sisters hit me with all kind of stuff. God wouldn't approve, a wide variety of things. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, now I date whoever I want to date. I want to date.
Only asking because you said submissive, and I mean, I don't know why, and I do understand that it is mostly us that put strong significance on the word submissive and submit. It's only really us that do that, and so it bothers me.
And that's why us don't be having no man.
And that's why us be single, exactly. Because
and by the way, keep in mind, I said earlier, I'm not into stripping a woman of her autonomy, right?
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is the difference between being pushy and not pushy.
Yeah, just because you are submissive, that doesn't mean that you're walking 5 steps behind your man.
And right. That don't mean that you don't speak up and say
exactly
what it is that you need and what you require. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a time and a place for everything. And that's that's the wrong misconception. And that's the reason why there's so many women with that mind frame are raising their daughters to have that same corrupt ass mind frame. You can be independent, but be independently cool enough and have an understanding within yourself to know that it's okay to chill for a few minutes. Go be a boss out in the street and come home and be everything that this man needs. It ain't nothing wrong with that shit.
Yes, and in return, I'll do the same.
I mean, he's going to do the same. If you want your man to keep his ass out the clubs and out the streets and out of everything, be his peace.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Be his safe haven. Be his freaking safe haven. You know what I'm saying? When every time he come in the door, increase him. Stop nagging it. Where you been? What took you so long? You decrease him soon as he walk in the door.
Yeah.
Increase him when he walks in. Did you have a good time? I didn't know you was gonna take so long because you're a person. You're gonna say what you feel. I didn't know you was gonna take so long, but come on in here. Let's chill. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Don't decrease them. You can say what you need or how that made you feel that you was gone too long without fucking decreasing them.
Word. And shout out to the men. If you're not living with a woman, you don't need to share your location.
Who's saying?
It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong, and it's not like I'm encouraging you to do anything wrong, but I'm saying that's a red flag. That's about possession. That's about fueling somebody's insecurities and their jealousies and all that other stuff. And, these are all things that I learned, because you got to remember, I was out of the dating game for 21 and a half years.
Yeah.
So when I jumped back in, man, hella, everything has changed. Everything has changed.
I totally agree with that. And I was not even out of the market for 21 years. And I agree that, first off, if we not married, I'm still single. And unless you are, or if you're not saying, okay, we live together, then, and we have an understanding of what this relationship is, I don't need you to ask me anything but when I'm going to see you next.
Right.
And that's how I ran my life. Don't ask me any questions about nothing, because I will hurt your feelings, because the truth hurts and your feelings will be hurt. So don't do that.
Yeah. Don't ask if you really don't want to know.
Exactly. Because I just left James and now I'm over here with you. What?
Please tell all the
Don't
ladies
fucking play.
that. Don't ask anything you don't really want to know.
Yeah, don't ask. Don't even. Why set yourself up for the response?
Yeah, because like what's his name said, you can't handle the truth.
You can't at all. You cannot. And people, it's so crazy because women always be like, I want the truth, the truth, the truth. Bitch, sometimes the truth is you don't want to know it because it's gonna hurt you way more than you over here wrecking your brain about it.
The truth,
and it may not even be about him doing something wrong. You may just hear something
it's
that you
just,
don't want.
You don't want to
Exactly.
hear it. It's like that saying, if you go looking for something, you're gonna find it. Well, if the truth, getting the truth, you might find
ask a man if he thinks am I beautiful? Don't ask me, has my body changed? Unless you want to hear has your body changed. You know what I mean?
Fact,
like,
don't even, bitch, I need you to up yourself. If you're depending on a man to tell
you
you
don't
that
even
you're
need to
beautiful,
ask you that.
then it's a problem. Like, I don't ever
and truth
have
be
to walk
told,
out.
if he cares about you, he's gonna tell you you're beautiful.
He's gonna say, I never have to walk out of any part of my house, period, without my husband saying, you're beautiful. He reassures me without me having to say anything to him. No, whether if I've gained weight, lost weight, long hair, short hair, no tooth, a tooth, it does not matter because we've been through some changes over here, honey. And it's only been 7 years, so we've been through some shit. And let me tell you something, I got all of them now.
And they got
But
diamonds.
honey, and yeah, so please listen, if you are waiting for that reassurance and all that shit from a man, you're shorting yourself. You got to love you before you can be able to love anybody else. I may be uncomfortable where I'm at with my body or whatever, but I love me all the time, every time, on time, anytime, playtime, daytime, nighttime, around time, in time. So don't play.
Yeah, that's real. Hey, y'all, I'm about to get laid in a few minutes. Why don't we change this to something sexier?
Oh, yes, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, y'all tell me.
Okay, so BJ, there's something that I love asking men or dicks that come on the show, and I have not had an opportunity to ask you. So I'm going to ask you. So, do you like to get your legs thrown back?
You know, I've seen that in videos, and no. Well, I can't say no because I never had it done. I'll tell you a quick story. So I had this buddy coming up when I moved back home from where I went to school. It was like 95, 96. I was selling cars. I met this dude, and I had this thing. People would walk up to me, talk to me for a minute, and be like, "We're gonna be best friends." Right? It used to freak me out, but just like, fuck it. Just let it play out, see what happens. Ended up being best friends with this dude. He had a gift. We could walk into any place. He needed anywhere from 1 minute to 3 minutes. I could pick the place. He would walk up to a group of women. He would come back to me and he would say, "Let's go." We would meet these women at a hotel. They'd be down to play. He never told me what he said or what he did. I never saw an exchange of money. We could be in a Chipotle, we could be in a nightclub, anywhere. So anyways, we're at this salsa place. I had literally just got off work. I was tired. I met him there. We walked in together. He went up to two women that were dancing together on the dance floor. Probably one of the shortest exchanges ever. I don't even think they talked for a whole full minute. He was like, "Man, we got to go to the Red Roof," right?
Been there.
And I was like, "Are you serious?" He was like, "Serious." Got to the spot. Old girl, we had sex. At some point, she was like, "Just lay on your stomach." So I laid on my stomach, and she got back there, spread my cheeks. I was like, "Yo," she was like, "Shut up and just chill out. Just chill out."
Wait a minute. You said that you had just got off work, and did you have time to shower?
Nope.
Oh my God. Oh.
I got she tossed my salad, and you know what? I liked it. That shit was fire.
Dirty salad. She was tossing, honey.
That bitch had a wilted salad.
That shit put in work. And you know what? Here's the funny thing. I'm gonna connect it to say your name. So here's what ends up happening. She ends up talking to me the next morning. We spent the night. In the morning, we were talking, And she started having just describing details of her life. And she mentioned she had a boyfriend, and I was upset that she didn't tell me ahead of time. She started talking to me about it, and I realized he sounded familiar. I said, "You got a picture of him?" She shows me a picture. Turns out one of my female best friends, that's her boyfriend.
Who?
So, of course, I leave. I go to her spot. I tell her, right? Turns out that the both of them are cheating on one another with different people.
That's why your response was the response that you had.
Exactly.
What'd you say?
I said, that's why your response was the response that you had. Because you already lived it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
If somebody comes to me, like if people are close to me, like if I know a couple, if I know both of them and I know one of them is doing the other one dirty, I'm like, either you tell them or I tell them. It's got to be today too, off top. I'm not interested in anybody getting hurt by anybody else. I don't fuck around with that.
Your friend sounds like a friend that I know who goes places, picks up these randoms, and instantly I'm involved and I'm dating the friends that she has set all her friends up with friends of the person that she's talking to. And
yeah, I wish I knew him now because he was the ultimate wingman.
Ultimate. I have been, I think, the wingman several times in situations where I don't think I wanted to be in with Miss Shari back in high school, just out through life. I've been, bitch, don't act puzzled and ashamed and confused. I have always been on the out. I don't know what the word is right now.
Get her lie together. You see, y'all, she is trying to compose this lie.
No,
she is trying to compose this lie. Bitch,
no.
Speak the truth. You are
NW. I was not with you when NW came about. I was not with you. I can't remember the dude's name. I'll say Arul's cousin, because I can't say the whole name, and hooking me up with all types of people. Those people we met at the mall, bought me that bus ticket to Wichita University. All those people was your fault.
Girl, I
well, my homie, he hooked me up with the fire chicks. I mean, obviously in this particular occasion, it was a little complicated.
I'm not gonna lie now. They was
all fine. He hooked me up.
I will say
I didn't have to say a word. I didn't have to be interesting. It was perfect.
I would say that Shari has a
bitch,
really
you is a liar. Bitch, you is a liar.
Dude, are you?
So look, okay. I'm gonna ask you more pointedly. Shari, have you ever hooked Ebony up with some, as y'all would say, with some fire dick?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Ebony, is that true?
That's because we were only allowed to date in groups. We were only allowed to date in groups.
You talking about when you guys were teenagers?
Yeah, yes. When we were teenagers, when we met, we were only allowed to date in groups. I couldn't just go on a date with me and one guy. It was never happening. So I always had to have a friend with me on a date. So this bitch was the same way.
And here I come. And that's how I get in it. I was minding my own business.
That's how you met Sir
NW. Exactly. I said that. NW. Arul's cousin. You can't say the name. So I can just say Arul. And then
that's not his cousin.
Or friend, whoever.
That's RF's friend.
Well, I couldn't remember the last name exactly.
Webtoe's friend.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about Arul.
I know who that is.
Okay. That don't have nothing to do with NW. RF was somebody else. No.
What about him? You didn't even, you saw him that one day. What are you talking about?
I'm just talking about the hookups. I'm just talking about you always trying to pit me out because
it wasn't a hookup. It was the only way I could go on dates. I went on some crappy dates with you too.
Listen, the more of the story
Bitch, every time I went on a date with you, I had to climb down a fucking tree. I had to sneak out. I didn't have to sneak out of my own fucking house. But when I go to your motherfucking house, I gotta fucking sneak out. Bitch, I can just walk out my front door and be like, bye, mom. And your ass, we climbing down
For a
trees
group
like
date.
monkeys and shit.
For a group date.
Are you kidding me?
Right, for a
Bitch,
group
are you
date.
kidding me right
For
now?
a group date.
For a group date, bitch, I brought excitement to your
Oh
life.
my God. Shari, you were
Look,
so cute, but I promise you, if we had met in high school and you could only go out on group dates, it would have been a hard pass.
Listen.
Let me tell you, don't you sleep on our group dates. Them bitches was some fun. What are you
They
talking
was lit
about?
before lit was a word now. They was lit before
Shit. Don't be
shit.
mistaking it. Shoot. We had some,
Man.
now there was some good times. It was worth what climbing down that tree at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We had some great times. Now don't sleep on us, honey. Especially when we came to my house. When we came to my house, there was no adult supervision.
Listen, if I had a tree outside my window right now, I would have my husband role play. Baby. It would be Jack and the Beanstalk over here. It would be Jack and the damn Beanstalk over here. Listen.
That's funny.
I
don't think I ever snuck out the house. I don't think I snuck out the house one time growing up. Never even once.
Do boys have to? Or young men? Do y'all even have to?
I guess it depends if you got strict parents, you know. I mean, I had a curfew and, you know, I can still catch a...
I didn't have a curfew.
How you don't have a curfew, but you got to go on group dates? That's counterintuitive.
My mom had my mom, I could tell everybody, my mom was the best. My mom was the best and the worst mom all at the same time. Her logic was her logic. So I didn't have a curfew, but I could only go on group dates. It is a known true fact.
That is fact.
My friends have went on dates with me with people that they would have never in their life ever talked to, or some of them would be like, or had good experiences. So I did. So I always used to try to screen their friends, like, to make sure you better bring a cute one, because if he ugly, we not going on a date.
So I will hook them up. I'm still trying to swallow the facts. Ooh, I don't even want to say swallow that. This girl then licked you all between your booty, and you ain't got one shower in and coming from work.
No shower.
Selling cars, sweating all dripping down your butt crack. I can't.
Okay.
Hey yo, I'm about
to. Listen, we're gonna have to do a part two. Part two. Ebony, do us a favor and close us out.
Yo, y'all know how y'all can. We want to say thank you to our special guests. Our guest was amazing.
Thank you, BJ.
Thank you so much, BJ, for being a part of this episode. Thank you so much. You all know that you can email us at naturallyunbothered2@gmail.com. That is naturallyunbothered2@gmail.com. Please, we welcome the feedback, the show ideas, comments, ebonites. You know how I like to keep them coming. Please, I do not have my thing in front of me. Y'all know how this post is about to be, so I ain't got shit in front of me. Please, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Watch us on YouTube every Thursday. It's up by 8 a.m. Please subscribe, rate, push the notification bell so that you know every time a new episode drops. Please, please, please look for the merch, www.naturallyunbothered.com, to send the email. Wait, what's the merch link? Naturally Unbothered, and click the merch link. What is it, bitch? Because I can't do it right now. I've had some of my grrreat and I can't remember what it is. Anyway.
Naturallyunbothered.com.
Naturallyunbothered.com and click the merch link. Please, naturallyunbothered.com, click the merch link. If you want to know exactly how sweaty BJ's butt was, please dial 205-308-8304. That is 205-308-8304, and he will give the deets. Okay, thank y'all so much. And as we love y'all, America, we love y'all people. Please, Ebonites, keep everything coming. Please don't forget to tell your whole ass friends, to tell your whole ass friends, to tell their whole ass friends to tune in to Naturally Unbothered.
Amen.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
All right, y'all. Take care.
Bye.